So this is A2Pure, and we're in the middle of our Unit 2 Trig, and we're just looking at the graphs of sec, cosec and cot. So we have been introduced to this already. We know sec is 1 over cos, we know cosec is 1 over sine, and we know cot is 1 over tan. So we're trying to take a wee look then at some of the graphs. Let's see if we can get a bit more focus on this here. It's not looking great first try with this. Hopefully that'll hold a wee bit better. We'll see how we get on. Anyway, if we take a look at the graph of sine, which we should know reasonably well, if I have this as 1 here, and this is minus 1, excuse the crudity of this graph, but we're going to have something that looks a little bit like this. And then it would go on then a bit further like this. So cosec is 1 over sine. So how's that going to look in terms of the graph? So we know at 90 degrees its sine is 1, so 1 over 1 is 1, so that's going to be a point on the graph. And generally as we head down here, as sine is going to get smaller, obviously cosec then is going to get a bit bigger. So the way the graph really looks, it's going to be like that. So we're getting a graph heading off in this direction here, and there's actually then an asymptote heading down here at 180 degrees. And then obviously here, 0, it's undefined because 1 over 0 doesn't work. Here we're going to have minus 1, so going like this then. This would be our shape here, with our asymptote again running up like this. Sorry, you can't really see that very well. Over to here, another asymptote at minus 180. And you get the idea now of the pattern of how it's going to look. So this one then would appear over here. And this one would look then like that. So that's vaguely then our graph of cosec and what it looks like. I'm having a little trouble with focus here, so I'll keep moving back and forward. The next one then is to take a look at cos and sec. So the graph of cos, as I hope we know, looks like this. If this is my 1, so we would put down like that and up there. That's 1, that's minus 1. And then maybe something like that. So then the graph of sec is going to be then that, I suppose, flipped. And if you've just seen the graph of cosec, you'll hopefully get the idea. So this is going to be here. Can we fit both of these in so you can see this first bit anyway? So that's going to run then like this with our asymptotes running here. Not quite so accurate, but hopefully you get the idea. Down at the bottom then, we're going to have this going this way. And then this would be coming down to here. And so it's that point then at 1 over on this side. Another asymptote here, of course. Up and down like that. And then our final bit would end up like that. It's a very rough looking graph, but again that's our graph of sec, and hopefully you get the idea where it's coming from. Graph of tan, as we know, is always a wee bit different, so let's see if we can get it. So our graph of tan runs like this. Great video in here as ever, you can't see a thing. There we are now. Asymptote runs down then through the 90. We have that asymptote at minus 90. And then down there. So if we think about that and think about 1 over these things, let's think about how cot's going to look. So I don't know if you know, hopefully we know that tan of 45 is 1, so 1 over 1 is going to be 1. And then as this gets higher and higher and higher, then this is going to get lower and lower and lower. So that heads off then, so the graph is actually going to look like this here. And asymptote going to run here. And final bit then rolling up like that. So those are our three graphs of our three new trig functions.